Be ready. What approaches this time is not just another new moon, it is the great undoing before the renewal. The energy gathering around 20th October does not arrive softly. It comes like a quiet implosion, dismantling everything built on illusion. These 2 weekdays leading into the new moon are the threshold where the universe measures who is ready to receive and who is still hiding behind hope. For most, the days before the new moon feel confusing. Fatigue, mood swings, strange flashes of insight. That is not chaos, it is cleansing. The universe uses these hours to test your alignment. It listens less to what you say and more to the vibration you hold when no one is watching. Every thought is a signal. Every silence is a signature. The first ritual begins with release, not with manifesting, not with desire, but with letting go of the illusions that have kept you circling the same patterns. Hope, when used to delay truth, becomes resistance in disguise. Many talk about what they hope this new moon will bring: a job, a lover, a breakthrough. But hope can blind when it's built on avoidance. These weekdays are not about wishing for change. They're about facing what must end before change can breathe. The universe is not sentimental about stagnation. It answers clarity, not comfort. So this is your cleanup before the reset. Sit with what feels uncertain, uncomfortable, unfinished. Ask yourself, what truth am I avoiding because it threatens my identity? That answer is the key you've been pretending you lost. Now listen. If something sparks in you during these days, a revelation, an idea, a sudden awareness, do not share it yet. Do not type it into a message or whisper it into the air. Let it breathe privately. The second ritual is silence. The moon's invisible phase magnifies the unseen. When you keep sacred energy to yourself, it builds charge. When you speak too soon, it dissipates. Every time you expose a fragile vision, you mix its frequency with the noise of others, their opinions, doubts, projections. The seed loses purity before it takes root. Guard your gestation. Imagine your intention as a candle flickering inside a temple. You wouldn't carry it into a storm to prove it exists. You'd protect it from the wind until it becomes flame. The same applies here. The less you talk, the more the energy concentrates. The less you explain, the stronger your field becomes. Silence is not emptiness. It is voltage. These weekdays are about spiritual privacy, about learning to hold mystery without rushing to name it. The divine works in dark soil. Every revelation begins underground. So if a calling stirs within you, let it grow in secret. Let it haunt you kindly. Let it shape you before you announce it. Because once you speak it aloud, it leaves the realm of becoming and enters the world of opinion. And the world has a way of dissecting what it doesn't yet understand. Protect your metamorphosis from premature interpretation. The third ritual is awareness. Throughout these next 2 days, watch what repeats itself. Patterns reveal themselves loudly before they dissolve. Old habits resurface not to punish you, but to confirm whether you're truly done with them. Don't fight the recurrence, observe it. The moment you witness a loop without reacting, you break its spell. And if fatigue arrives, as it often does before a new moon, take it as sacred instruction to rest. The universe pulls energy inward before any rebirth. You're not lazy, you're loading light. As the 20th of October approaches, know this: the darkness is not a warning, it's an invitation. The moon disappears only to gather strength for her return. The same law governs you. Every exhaustion hides renewal. Every silence conceals an awakening. So breathe deeply. Acknowledge the quiet as preparation, not punishment. These are the weekdays when the unseen rearranges itself for your next beginning. The first 3 rituals, release, silence, awareness, are your doorway. Step through them gently. The rest will find you once you are still enough to listen. Before the new moon can rewrite your story, you must clear the pages where guilt still bleeds through the ink. This is the hour of honesty, the sacred pause before renewal when the universe asks, "Have you forgiven yourself yet?" You have offered apologies to those who didn't deserve them. You have excused those who never admitted the harm they caused. But tonight, under the quiet weekday skies, the divine demands a different act of courage, the fourth ritual, self-forgiveness. Look inward and say what you've avoided hearing. I'm sorry. Not to the world, to the soul that has carried your name through storms. Apologize for every time you confused exhaustion for weakness, for every dawn you woke up heavy and called yourself lazy, for the moments you believed you were behind, when in truth you were simply ripening on divine time. Say sorry for dimming your light to fit someone else's shadow, for calling it strength when it was self-abandonment, for wearing masks so long that your face forgot its original peace. This apology is not self-pity, it's a ceremony of reclamation, because once you forgive yourself, the weight of pretending falls away. The universe does not bless false personas, it blesses authenticity. And the moment you stop performing strength, true power returns to you, clean, quiet, unforced. Now breathe. Place a hand over your chest. Feel the pulse that never left you, even on the days you left yourself. That rhythm is proof that the divine never stopped believing in your continuation. Every heartbeat whispers, you are still redeemable. This is what the new moon is waiting for. Not affirmations written in glittering ink, but your raw truth, spoken softly in the dark. When you forgive yourself, the lunar field opens like a gate. Shame becomes compost for strength. Pain becomes information. The body stops resisting its own healing. From here begins the fifth ritual, grounding through humility. Lie down on the actual floor, not on your bed, not on a mat, the unfiltered ground itself. Let the cool surface greet your spine, your shoulders, your skull. Feel gravity pulling every scattered piece of you back into wholeness. The earth does not care about your status or confusion. It receives everything without judgment. It says, you belong here still. Stay there for several breaths. Let the static in your thoughts dissolve into the soil. Let every should, every why, every ache drain downward until your mind becomes as still as stone. This is what real grounding feels like, not a visualization, but a remembrance. You are not separate from this planet. You are its continuation in motion. Every breath you take is borrowed from the Earth's lungs. Every cell in your body is stardust that decided to stay. As you lie there, notice how the noise quiets. The body softens. The heart beats slower. The mind stops negotiating. You are safe here because reality itself holds you. The sixth ritual reveals itself naturally. Humility. When you surrender to the floor, ego dissolves. There is no higher or lower, no better or worse, only the sacred equality of all things resting on the same ground. Remember this, even light needs something solid to reflect from. You cannot manifest from the clouds, you manifest from contact. Every temple was first a foundation. Every ascension begins with a bow. So as you breathe against the earth tonight or tomorrow before dawn, let the ground recalibrate you. Feel its wisdom rise up your spine, steady and ancient. It tells you the sky is yours, but your roots are your anchor. In these weekdays before the new moon, the most spiritual act you can perform is to feel the physical world again. The floor, the air, the pulse, the truth. Because the higher realms do not open to those who float away, they open to those who remember what sustains them. Stay here a little longer. Let humility turn into peace. The soil beneath you is alive with memory. Every grain once held a sunrise. Every stone remembers lightning. Let it teach you that you, too, are allowed to begin again. When you rise, rise slowly. Carry that grounded silence with you like invisible armor. The universe is preparing to test your stillness in the shadow hours ahead. But tonight, you have done what most never attempt. You have faced yourself without resistance, and that alone moves the heavens. There is a moment, just before the new moon disappears completely, when the air feels different, thicker, magnetic, alive with secrets. These are the shadow hours, the hidden corridors of time that most ignore. They arrive not on a weekend night of ceremony, but quietly, in the middle of ordinary weekdays, when the world is distracted by its own rhythm. Yet the cosmos is listening closer now than at any other time. The seventh ritual is protection of frequency. During these final weekday evenings before the 20th of October, the moon hides her face. Her silence does not mean absence, it means heightened sensitivity. Every word you speak, every thought you repeat, becomes a signal that programs the cycle ahead. So choose your inner dialogue carefully. The universe does not respond to language, it responds to vibration. Do not gossip, do not spiral, do not rehearse fear. Treat your mind like sacred ground that must remain untrampled. Imagine each thought as a spark that either builds or burns the reality forming around you. These are not hours for performance, they are hours for purity. If anxiety rises, do not chase it away. Breathe through it until it softens into stillness. When restlessness knocks, do not reach for distraction, meet it with awareness. This is the true spiritual quarantine, protecting your field from contamination. And then comes the eighth ritual, the still point. For 20 minutes, do nothing. No music, no crystals, no candlelight unless the flame feels honest. Just sit with the hum of your own existence. At first, the silence will feel unbearable. Your mind will claw for noise, for movement, for validation that you are still doing enough. Stay. Let the discomfort speak. It will show you the echoes that have been vibrating beneath your awareness. Regret, jealousy, exhaustion, old memories that never received closure. Do not judge them. Let them rise and evaporate. Every thought that surfaces is energy leaving the body. Every sea is the sound of release. After about 10 minutes, something shifts. The silence stops being empty and begins to feel alive, almost luminous. You'll notice how your breath slows, how the muscles of your face soften, how your pulse becomes the metronome of the universe itself. This is the gateway. This is the discipline of stillness, not the art of suppressing noise, but of listening beyond it. Understand, enlightenment does not come from effort, it comes from non-interference. When you stop trying to fix yourself, healing rushes in like air into a vacuum. The moon teaches this perfectly. She does nothing to renew herself. She simply allows her darkness to pass. Now, the ninth ritual, unfinished sentences, reveals itself as a test of faith. Pick up your pen or let your thoughts flow without form. Begin a sentence, I will become, and stop. Do not finish it. Do not rush to fill the space with certainty. Let that open-ended breath remain untouched. The emptiness between intention and completion is where divinity moves. Each unfinished sentence is a door left ajar for the unseen to enter. The human mind fears incompletion, the soul thrives on it, because control is the enemy of creation, and the unknown is its mother. Think of all the miracles that found you unannounced, the chance meeting, the unexpected call, the timing that made no sense. None were planned. All were invitations accepted by an open field. That is what you are creating now, a life that has space for the impossible. Do not worry if the mind protests. Let it crave its closure. Whisper back, not yet. Faith is not the belief that everything will go as you want. Faith is the willingness to stay inside the unfinished sentence until the universe completes it for you. As you sit there in the quiet glow of your unspoken words, realize that manifestation is not a declaration, it is an alignment. The moon is teaching you this even as she hides. She does not shout her return, she simply appears again when it is time. So remain still. Let your silence pulse with trust. The darkness is full, not empty. Something sacred is being written into you, line by line, breath by breath while you wait. And when the first light reemerges on the 20th of October, it will not only be the moon returning, it will be you. When the night has exhausted every thought, when even your prayers fall silent, you will feel it, a faint stirring beneath the ribs, the quiet promise that the cycle is about to turn. This is the dawn corridor, the hours between what was and what will be. It doesn't announce itself with thunder. It arrives through breath. And that is where the 10th ritual begins, hand over heart. Before you sleep, or just as the first weekday light slips into your room, place your palm upon your chest. Do not speak, do not wish. Simply feel that rhythm that never abandoned you. That pulse is your covenant with existence, proof that even when you felt forgotten, the divine was still moving blood through your name. Each beat says, "You are not done." Most seek miracles in motion, but life hides them in stillness. The moon may vanish from sight, yet her pull still rules the tides. Likewise, your power has not left you. It has merely gone underground to gather precision. Feel that. Let gratitude replace the need for confirmation. The moment awareness meets breath, you become aligned again with the oldest prayer on earth, the one that says nothing but thank you for this life. Now the 11th ritual awakens, the opening of the window. When morning comes on the 20th of October, before the phone lights up, before you check time or messages, walk to the nearest window and open it. Let the weekday air strike your face like baptism. Inhale slowly, as if every atom were carrying the signature of a new beginning. Exhale what can no longer stay. Whisper quietly, "This is new air for a new cycle." Do not chant it. Do not dramatize it. Simply acknowledge it. The universe loves humble witnesses. The new moon does not need applause. It needs awareness. Every inhale writes you back into the script of creation. Every exhale erases the residue of what no longer belongs. The air is not empty. It carries the hum of everything that has decided to start again. The tides resetting, the cells renewing, the stars recalibrating. Stand there long enough to feel how the outside world breathes with you. That exchange between your lungs and the morning sky is the 12th ritual, union. You are not commanding the cosmos. You are remembering you were never separate from it. Take another breath. Let it fill the corners of your being. See how the light hits the wall differently now, softer, almost curious. This is the universe noticing that you noticed. The smallest acts of consciousness shift entire timelines. You do not need to declare intentions today. You have already prepared the field through release, silence, awareness, forgiveness, grounding, stillness, and unfinished faith. All that remains is presence. The moon does not manifest by striving. She manifests by allowing darkness to end. That is your final initiation, the 13th ritual. Allow healing without demanding explanation. Allow joy without needing proof. Allow yourself to begin again without narrating it to anyone. When you stop forcing meaning, meaning reveals itself. Stand by the open window a little longer. Let the wind brush your face like a benediction. Somewhere above, the invisible moon aligns with your breath, two unseen forces syncing in silence. This is not metaphor. It is physics of spirit. When your inner rhythm matches the lunar one, manifestation becomes effortless. Close your eyes and feel the last trace of the old month leaving your body. You are lighter now. You have done the work that most avoid, the quiet, invisible work that changes everything. No one will see this moment, yet the heavens record it. As you step into the new cycle, remember, rebirth is not thunder, it's continuity. The same heart that broke also beats. The same breath that trembled now steadies. The same soul that doubted now glows. This is the secret the new moon whispers every month. You don't need to create the light. You only need to stop resisting its return. So breathe once more. Let the world feel your exhale. Let the morning claim you as one of its own. The next cycle has begun. The moon is new, and so are you. The cycle is turned. The light you were chasing is already within you, waiting for acknowledgement. These 2 weekdays were never random. They were written as your personal reset, a sacred pause between worlds. Every breath you took, every silence you honored, every truth you faced became a signal to the universe. I'm ready. And now, as the new moon rises unseen, the next chapter of your life begins in quiet power. You don't have to fight for alignment. You are the alignment. Walk forward gently, aware that what you feel is not ending, but evolution. The darkness served its purpose. The dawn is yours now. Carry its calm wherever you go.